Okay, so we got greedy with our mod list, and we lost everything. Wow. It's not necessarily that we lost everything, it's that we were adding and removing things too much. And it got to a point where it didn't want to play nice anymore. So I cut my losses, and I've spent a number of days building a new mod list. And testing it, and retesting it, and researching good ways to set up mod lists and what mods work and are compatible with others and all sorts of stuff. And patching things. Ugh. It has been a time. So we're basically starting from scratch, kind of. Since we had Breeze Home and we ground out all that gold last time around, I picked that we'd start with Breeze Home instead of starting camping in the woods. But we've also we've got some mods. Well, we've got a lot of mods, but we've modded Breeze Home. It doesn't really give us the best start for some of the other mods we've got in here. You might think it does, because it's a full home and everything, but we don't really start with much. We start with very little. A couple of great swords. Got a shield. It does come with a trophy room, and I fixed the lighting bug that I had in the other playthrough. Patch things and change things, so this all works nice and smooth now. I don't have to build a house or add 27 different player homes and try different things. It has places for a lot of different collectibles and set pieces and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so starting with this doesn't really mean much, because we've also got on a mod called Morrowloot Ultimate, which makes all of the areas leveled. It makes special drops more interesting. There's literally only one set of Daedric gear in the entire game, and it's been hand placed. A lot of the loot from different places has been shuffled around, things like that. We've also got a couple of different difficulty mods on. One called Fatality, has injuries, bandages, all that sort of stuff. One called Know Your Enemy, which makes some enemies resistant to certain things and weak to others. So, like a Draugr. A Draugr is strong against slashing damage because it's undead. It's not going to bleed. And you can chop a chunk of flesh off and it'll keep walking at you. But it's weak against bludgeoning damage, so you hit it with a mace and you'll break its bones. Makes it hard for it to move. Strong against frost because they're cold as the grave as it is. Weak against fire. You know, things like that. Same for armors. Different armor types are strong and weak against different things. I haven't looked too deeply into it. We've sort of looked at the basics, but we will learn as we go. Makes it quite difficult. Makes it in some of my tests I was jumped by a small pack of wolves and murdered very, very quickly. Breeze Home's a little bit nicer. You know, all these different bits and pieces up. I'm taking all this stuff just purely because I'm going to melt it all down. And we're going to try and make our way up to Riverwood. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be relatively quick. But this is it. We're gonna play finally after like an extra week of mucking around. Handy. Tried to avoid it as many sort of cheating, or not cheating, but like as many different leniency things as we can. Still got to wear multiple rings. So you know, there's that. Can still loot wood piles, bits and pieces like that. But overall, it doesn't give us much in the way of a free pass. I am very tired, but I really wanted to get started on this, so I'm pretty excited. And I finally got everything supposedly running smoothly. After so many tests and so many different things, we've got texture packs, we've got yeah, lots of different things. Funnily enough, texture packs, from a lot of research, the texture packs actually make things run smoother, funnily enough, because the base game Skyrim, its textures are apparently not optimized, so they're pretty garbage. Putting a new texture pack on top that is optimized makes the entire world run smoother. I don't have... There's a particular mod that most of the Skyrim world apparently swears by, called Real Water 2. But I found out that in combination with everything else that I was doing was causing me a problem. So we got rid of it. We don't have that anymore. Alright, cool. This place is basically just going to be... Mostly it's just our trophy house. Let's get outside and get the ball rolling. Knowing my luck, this will crash immediately now after playing it for most of today without it crashing. While I was testing all the places, waiting for it to crash, it just didn't. I had one last thing, so I had a little bit of space left and a couple of mod slots left right at the end, and I'm like, oh, perfect, everything's working fine. I'll throw in clear display cases, so the glass is nice and clean, it doesn't have that sort of frosted look around the edges. I threw that in, and as soon as I threw that in, I sat down to actually start this proper playthrough, and everything was fucked again. All the lighting was fucked. The loading screens loaded weird. They had like a flickering light behind them. Even the main menu screen was messed up. The sound was messed up. It was very disheartening as a final hurdle.
Spare me a few septums.
Okay, we don't know what sort of shopping we're going to do.
Oh,
So
thank
you.
you. Divines bless your kind heart.
We've got some town mods on. We'll have a nice look at that. Textures, bits and pieces, good stuff. A lot of like lore-friendly sort of things.
A few septums for my supper is all I ask.
I'm not giving you money. Go away. But yeah, so the town overhaul mods that we've got. I mean, I'm sure if you've played a bit of Skyrim, you'll recognise that the town looks a little bit different. Whiterun is not normally quite this
I work with my mom.
dark, I suppose.
Sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun.
That's nice. A lot of the shops are overhauled, which is nice too. I focus mostly on Whiterun because I've got the house here, and there were just a lot of things that were compatible with each other for Whiterun, so I figured it was a good place to start. That said, pretty much all of the cities and towns are overhauled, not just texture-wise, but also the layout. The layout's very different. Well, not very different, but You know what I mean? You can see like the pub here has a balcony that sticks out, which it doesn't normally have. A lot of different little things. Oh yes, and for those of you that have played Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, you may recognise this bad boy. So there are Oblivion gates throughout Skyrim. Relics, they don't do anything. They're just big stone relics, basically. I thought it was a good little decoration to throw in there. There's also these, which are the bells of Skyrim. All the cities have these bells. And they have a guard situated at them as well.
Potions, you
If
should
the
try
town's being
Arcadia's
attacked
cauldron.
or assaulted. It's very weird. That's a new thing. We have no draw distance. Oh well, I'd rather that than crashing. But yeah, the bells set all the guards to alert.
Cause trouble in
They make
Whiterun and I'll haul you
all the
into the
villagers run.
Dragon's Reach dungeon myself.
Basically, if the town is attacked, the guard starts ringing the bell. You see everyone down there start to panic. Start running away. Stressing out. And the guards turned it off. False alarm. So yeah, little things like that. Little things that are compatible with each other. Without the water mod, I mean, I don't really mind the water. I think it looks pretty alright.
Well met, traveler.
So,
No lollygagging.
first things first. Let's get organised and get on our way to Riverwood. I'm gonna go... How do I get this started from here? I think I can talk to a bartender and ask if they've heard any rumours, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, something dragons in Helgen."
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything.
Don't want to
Think
go
I
all the
got
way up to
feeling
Helgen,
around here somewhere.
but we'll
If it's work
We'll
you're
figure it
looking
out.
for,
yeah.
Hulda's
Pub's
the one
overhauled.
to talk to.
If
Hello.
it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood for the fires?
Heard any rumours lately? Suspicious rumours of activity around Helgen. Legion patrols have been spotted in the area. Let's not
Need anything
fuck
else?
with
Just
extra
let me
bonus
know.
quests just yet. 'Cause otherwise I'm going to have a quest log that has 27 million different things on it. Okay. Are you here to bully her?
Chops and steaks fit for
Nothing.
your-
And what of my son? Hmm? What of Thorold? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
So you
Your
can
son
spend
chose
it on
his
drinks at
side
the
and he
Bannered
chose
Mare.
poorly,
If
and
it's
now
food
he's
you
gone.
need, ask for
Such
that
is the way
instead.
of war. The sooner you accept
Ooh.
his loss, the better.
Maybe ringing that
That's
bell
what I
threw
thought.
everybody off.
My son still lives. I feel it in my heart.
I think
So
she's
tell
talking
me, Battleborn,
to
where
him.
is he? Where are you holding
Yeah,
my
she
Thorold?
is. He ran away. Sorry, I
Do
ruined the
you
conversation,
believe
guys.
this old hag? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar.
He's my prisoner.
Chops and steaks fit for
Face it,
your
Cal.
Come and see
You're
my
stupid. Greymane or Battleborn?
He died a storm-cloaked traitor.
If I say Greymane to you, you're gonna get
Then I
shitty with
say,
them.
well met, friend. I could tell you were a sharp one the moment I laid eyes on you. More bad blood between the houses. Fralya is convinced our family is somehow at fault for the loss of their son. There's no reasoning with these people anymore.
Huh.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
Nice cape.
The finest cuts. Fresh.
You look tired, friend. The Bannered Mare has beds for rent.
Let's grab a few more ingredients. Because they're everywhere. No, where is it? Where is... Yeah, here it is. The back of the potion shop. Because of course they're going to have ingredients here. It's a potion shop. Potion shop without ingredients would be pretty dismal. Or confusing. But that's Skyrim! Some mushrooms.
Need a blade? You should talk to Adrian.
Everyone chats with each other and carries on. Everyone hates each other. Good times. We got a nice little garden at the house here too. Which is good. Might plant a few bits and pieces while we're here. Actually, let's eat some stuff. Let's eat all these ingredients. No, this one. Yep, give me one of them, one of those, that. Ooh, siren. It burns. Alright, what can we plant? Let's chuck. Oh, what do we got? Oof. Slim pickings. Let's just go with the simple things in life now. So we can make some health potions. Nice and easy. What's the other health one I had here? Blue mountain flowers. Yes, plant 12 of them in one crop plot. Okay. And they should happily grow away on their own. And do what they do. Ooh, hey, free barrel. Oh, that reminds me. I remember, as I was running around town the first couple of times, there's a barrel that I believe is outside the back of the pub. Outside the back of the Bannered Mare. That is full of thief stuff. Or it's a thieves' cache, or it's something. Have I been in here? Yeah, I have. this way. Yeah, here we go. Thief cache. Arrows. Iron dagger of shards. Black eye deals 4 points of unresistible frost damage to health and stamina. Cool. And some lockpicks. Handy. Hello, goat. Another goat. Chooks. Give me all them feathers. Always more ingredients. We'll turn these into a lot of nice, nice somethings. Okay, cool. Go and get our blacksmith's apprenticeship over and done with. Actually, you know what? We might do that in Riverwood. Because another little cheeky trick that I learned in testing all of this shit. You do something for her, you do the whole, like, make a dagger, make a hat. She's like, oh yeah, good job, you can keep it. But then that's it. Whereas if you do it for good old Alvor in Riverwood, he lets you take some ingots and bits and pieces, but hers are always set to steel. So she can get stuffed. If we're lucky, we should be fine to get to Riverwood with just this stuff. There might be a wolf or two along the way. But we should be alright.
I work with my mother. Sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most
all sorts of bonus bits and pieces. So compared to normal vanilla, you know, plain old Skyrim, there's a lot of bits and pieces in this that are going to be new and fresh. New dungeons, new quests, new towns, old towns with a makeover, new weapons, new spells, new enchantments, new homes, new mechanics. Unfortunately, I can't be the optometrist. I had to get rid of the optometrist mod. Wow. The accessories mod that lets me make glasses and then sell them in bulk. Not necessarily because it was a strain on the systems, but because it was the mod that was adding 200 new fur bits of clothing to my tanning rack that I'd have to scroll through every time I tried to just make leather. All I wanted to do was make leather.
By Eastmere, it's true. A jester, funny suit and all. Just north by the Loria's farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. Like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Ha ha ha.
Well,
yes,
sounds like you've
indeed.
had quite the journey, Uthka. But you were gone longer than usual. I got to thinking maybe you weren't coming back.
Nice little market out here. They all look so depressed. So,
Yes,
something else that I
take
put
a
in
look.
here. at last minute was a food mod. It makes all the food, rather than it being like +1 health or +5 stamina or whatever, it actually there'll be buffs. Right, so increases your carrying capacity by 25 for 600 seconds, decreases your disease resistance by 75% for twice that, so for 20 minutes. So you're really likely to catch a disease, but you can carry more. Stamina's increased by 15 points, stamina regenerates 25% faster. Yeah, that's like the apple pie, but not as good. Interesting. I think I've got an apple or something. Ooh, red apples are better than green apples, just like the real world. 3% resist 3% of poison for 10 minutes if you just eat a bag of flour. Increase resistance to disease by 50% for 3,600 seconds, and counteracts the negative effects of sweets. Ah, cool. So red apples and tomatoes are the same thing.
Alright then.
Let's have this one. And we will make our way up the mountain. But yeah. It's a little bit harder to make money in general, let alone without the optometrist, the glasses. So there's a new market. And the market's out here, and these guys, they don't have much money on them, but you can come here and sell your garbage. They all have their own houses and their own routines, and there's a pub there that they all go and hang out at and party at, and all that sort of thing. They don't go in and out of the town, so that's not too much of a big deal. Some people from the town do come out. Some people from these farms do go into the town occasionally, but it's pretty rare. Grab a few potatoes just so that we can have them. And some cabbages and leeks. Sure, why not? In randomly pilfering someone's farm. Ooh, bug. Okay, so we've got some new bridges around the place, which is nice. There was a town guard that got really derpy. We might see this one do it. We might walk down the middle. We might walk towards the edge. We got really derpy in the testing, and he sort of like got halfway across it, then tried to run off the edge, like ran himself along the wall. Oh, we probably are going to get it, because he's going to get to this end. It's just an angle, because it's a new bridge. It's not perfect, yeah. But you know, that's Skyrim. There was a big batch of Imperial guards that walked across, and they were fine. They happily walked across it. They walk straight down the middle, no problems. So I don't know if it's the guard AI or what. I see you. We've got a couple of things in here too to help with processing power, or lack thereof. I mentioned before that we got rid of the water mod, so the water is got a texture on it, I think, but it's nothing, no huge, massive, super awesome water mod. Hello, Imperials. But yeah, a couple of things to sort of improve the frame rate, try and reduce crashing, things like that. Got rid of all wind. Well, all vanilla wind anyway, turned it off, so it just sort of like the trees just kind of hang out. But you don't really notice it because I've got grass mod with wind. So that sort of blows around and gives you your movement. And leaves still fall, and you know, snow still blows around and dust and everything, but not having the trees move helps a lot. Also, we have things that clean up grass that's under the world, so under Whiterun and things like that. As well as the fact that there's a tree editing mod that takes some of the trees and sort of cuts them down to be, not that they're not there, but they're a lot smaller or sort of static-ish. Oh, I can hear a wolf. Oh. Did you kill them?
Need something?
Well, I'll have their pelts, at the very least, if no one else wants them. Overleg. Increases health by 2 points for 3,600 seconds, but may upset your stomach. Orcs, Argonians, Bosma, and Khajiit gain additional health. See, that's just... I didn't test the food mod at all, but I think it fits into this really well, because the potions are different, and they make things... like, you can't just scull a whole bunch of potions, because they don't work like that anymore. They work over time and they cancel each other out, so you have to drink one and then sort of wait for it to do its thing, and then drink another one. Now, it does get a little bit framey around some of these smaller towns, but for everything that I did today, for the long day it was, none of it crashed. The only couple of times that it crashed today, one was because I fast travelled into the middle of Windhelm and I'd never been there before. I didn't like that, so I thought that I would just teleport there. Bad idea. And then the second thing was we have a follower mod installed for a special follower, and I tried to give him too many arrows at once, which apparently is a known bug. I didn't know that. So, to me it wasn't, but yeah, he didn't like it, and he crashed the game. So this is the new Riverwood. It's fancy, just like most of the other towns and stuff. You do lose a couple of frames here and there, but playing on console, I mean, it's not that I don't notice it, but it doesn't crash, and it doesn't hang for seconds at a time while I wonder if it's crashed or not. This mod does love giving you a lot of basic ingredients in the town overhauls. He's got a forge here. How good is that? You've got a forge. Yay, moving up in the world. Speaking of forges,
yes,
do you need help?
How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead. Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing. What? Not bad.
Here it is.
But it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up?
It is a little dull.
Just need a bit of
Sure.
metal and the grindstone over there. Iron. This looks
I've
good.
sharpened it.
You put time into your blades. They'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack.
Okay. Use one of these wolf pelts. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna keep that deer pelt because I
You
might
the
save it
sneaky
for a
type?
backpack.
Got some nice daggers around here somewhere. Ah, good.
Oh, no.
A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps. Fitting. Let's see
Yep.
if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need.
Alright, hide helmet. I can do that.
I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over there.
It's all steel at the moment.
You have time. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet?
Yep, I
Maybe
will.
you'll remember
Thank
me
you
when
very
you're
much.
making Skyforge steel, huh?
Good. Is that still... Huh. Maybe he gives it to you when I go to
Right.
Helgen and I'm like, oh, there was a dragon.
Aye.
Whatever. Whatever, we have a hat.
Aye.
Yep, okay. Gonna have to tell him about the dragon that we haven't seen yet.
You
But
looking
that's
for
okay.
a new
We'll
blade?
be back. Oh. Hello, chicken. Give me them feathers. Okay. So, don't know how familiar you are with Riverwood, but we have some new little bridges. We can get all the way to the other side of it all. Nice little bridge. There's a few little areas just to dress the place up mostly. Makes the place feel a bit more logical, I guess. Well, to an extent. And there's a lot of free stuff. But most of it is very basic. Most of it is very low end. 99% of it, I'd say, is very low end. So you don't feel like, you know, I'm not opening a box and getting a full set of ebony armor and ebony weapons or anything. I'm gonna grab all this. We are going to go to our new home. You think, oh, but you've already got Breeze Home. Yeah, Breeze Home is a good trophy home. It's a good place to store my my prizes. But this is going to be our actual home in game. We've got a couple of shops here anyway. It's in a nice sort of central area, and it is called Leaf Rest. Yeah, if anybody else gets Leaf Rest, I'm going to say this at the beginning. Keys in the letterbox. Now you can customize all your decorations. I'm not going to get into that too much. I'm going to, well, I'll show you none. None is very barren, very plain. We're going to just switch it to full, because as soon as we put it on full, we get chopping block. We get little decorations, awnings, you know, just nice stuff. And for now, we're going to go around and we're going to loot everything. It's going to be super exciting to watch. Oh yeah, you can use the ladder and get on the roof when it wants to cooperate. This is a modded house. There's a lot of interesting places to sit and contemplate the world. Why am I red? What is that? Is that the tomato thing? Oh no. Oh, that's the juniper berries. Fair enough. But yeah. So it's a little modded home, but it's pretty nice. If you saw the other one, the Wind Path one that I had before, it's done by the same mod author. It's a pretty cool little mod. It doesn't have absolutely everything that would be what I would consider a perfect home. It has this auto sorting box. It'll take all my food and stuff out. Change rugs and things. I'm gonna swap it around until I don't mind the big one, just for the space it takes up. Makes it feel nicer. Yeah, there you go, auto sorting's finished. How does that sit? Yeah, okay. So there is a... Interesting. There is a garden here, which, again, I'm not going to go too in detail of it, but we've got to get water, we've got to get things hoed and planted and whatever else. Now, there is a glitch with this. Filled up the water, walks very slowly, and you go into third person. Now, after I empty the water, you can't go back into first person while you're holding that bucket. After you empty all the water out, if I went into first person now, it would bug out on me, and it would show me a very weird... Actually, I'll just briefly... Oh, I can't. Anyway, it'll show you, if you look down far, sort of halfway, it shows like the inside of your arms, and then if you look down all the way, at least in my experience, it teleports you to Whiterun for no reason. You hoe the soil, put down the fertilizer, which does take a second. I believe you can have up to 20 planting spots. Just fertilizing the soil. And then we have a new farm. Yes, new farm. Does that even fertilizer? It doesn't look or smell like it yet. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I get the same result pretty much every time so far. Oh. Wait, this may even be worse. Normally I get 4 of them. What state is it? 8 out of 40. No, maybe there is a 4th one here. I don't know. But it's garbage. And I haven't really practiced with it, so I'm not 100% sure how it works. Stable for your horse, which is nice. We've got some pets. We have Moy. The rabbit is Totema. And 2 chickens. Poplar and Chico. I did not name them. They have been named. Inside's nice. It's got a place for all your ingredients and things. Garlic doesn't automatically sort, even though it has a place. See all our tomatoes, because they're not in our inventory anymore. They shouldn't be. Yeah, Okay, so we've still got potatoes on us. I think there's a potato spot, yeah. Some potatoes are in there. Maybe we pick these up afterwards. No, probably not. Auto sorting auto sorts a lot of things, but not everything. Lots of storage around the place, lots of things, lots of stuff. Many barrels and bits and pieces that you can loot once. I'd much rather clean everything up and have it all in one place than just find lavender 3 years down the track. See, this is the bit where someone normally goes, let's make it a montage, and then they skip through this part of it in about 30 seconds. No butter, no milk. So the oven, can't really use it. Same with the cooking pot. We're gonna get the fire going. Fire gets going elsewhere. Kind of. Big house, lots of things to look at. Well, not huge, but it's decent sized. First thing, I'm going to make sure NPCs can use things down here just in case they want to muck around. I'm going to skip through a lot of the options there because if you want to muck around with it with your house, awesome, go for it. I've done it a million times now in testing different things and seeing if stuff works together, and it's pretty straightforward, just read what you need. So we'll leave that there for now. I'll show that in a minute. Everything's interactable, like we can't use the furnace. We turn it on, turn the furnace on, pull the smelter on, then we can interact with it. Nothing that I can make for now. So I'll just leave that on. Same with the forge. You gotta fire the bellows. Now it should have, hopefully, yes it did, good, took my ores. Took hides too, so at this rack, what do we need for the backpack? 3 leather strips, 5 leather, and a deer hide. Did I say 3 leather strips and 5 leather, or 3 leather and 5 leather strips? Alright, 3 leather strips and 5 leather. Alright, well we don't have that. I am going to take all of these off the wall because they're not exactly trophies. It seems like you're getting a lot of stuff. Trust me, it's not. It really isn't. You get a minor upgrade, kind of. But it's really not much. Oh, yep, and these. We'll look in the other areas and see what else we can grab. One of them. Katanas, elven swords, etc. They're not particularly more powerful than each other. So this Moroloot mod basically brings a majority of things that are underneath glass down to roughly the same numbers. I mean, there are slight improvements, sort of 1 damage here, 1 damage there, but until you get to glass, it's a bit whatever. What else we got? Golden sword. Stash that one. Golden sword. Stash that one. Let's. Yep. Stash that one. Is there another one worth putting up here? Not at the moment. I'm going to use that katana. Can't see a weapons basket. I'm guessing that's what the chest's for. I can't smelt steel yet, so we've got to still them. But we're going to smelt everything else. But I can do the mace too. I have the katana. Another settings book. The window, so we have some natural light coming in. We're going to disable the animations. Mannequins are fine. Fountain's fine as a tree. Alchemy and enchanting, so we're going to change that to leaf rest. Left door is going to be a banner. Right door is going to be nothing. Free space 1 can be a collection room. Free space 2 can be a follower room. And the 5 legs can be about 24 hours because ain't nobody got time for that. There's lots of little secrets in here. Oh yeah, cheeky secrets. Jewelry box, keys, safe. Which has shit in it. So that's the animation that we disengaged with. Normally you press A on this and well, your character will stand there flicking through pages for what feels like years. It'll only be a couple of moments. Let's release our bugs so that they're free to roam the halls. But when you read the book, you get an alchemy buff, which potions you makes 30% stronger for 180 seconds. Ooh, handy. Now the same goes over this side. This is an enchanting. And I think we've looted pretty much everything in here. We need to get in there though. So pull the chain. Put all the stuff in that one. Grab all the stuff in this one. Get rid of this. You can pray to whichever one of the divines you want, so you can get whatever buff you want. Because I don't remember which buffs do what. Yeah, you can look at them all one at a time. You've basically got access to all the shrines there. Just the sauna, the bath. I'll leave that one, thank you. And then this is like where the companions go. Not keeping things down. I remember now, won't let me smelt things if I've got equipped, even if I've got more than one. We need more leather. Okay, let's go. You gotta pick up wood from the pile. Into the fireplace. Now we can use this shit. Garlic bread, the cure of all diseases. Hey, what do sweet rolls do? Oh, just considered a sweet. What did that look weird? Hold on. Oh no. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap it up there, because I am doing long blinks. That may or may not be me falling asleep. Change the rug again. Only one mannequin that moves in the entire house. Good night, everybody.